we're super excited to announce Fused AI Builder. So this is Workbench. This is our web-based IDE where you can develop any Python function and they run in real time. You don't need to do any imports. So this is some open data that's based in Vancouver, and we've created a bunch of different UDFs that leverage it. So this one, for example, takes in a latitude, longitude, as well as a number of days of forecast, and it returns here, you can see, a data frame with just the weather forecast. I have something else here that shows some open data buildings and gives me their height and area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to not return the data directly, but I'm just going to return the statistics. And so you can see this is all running in real time. This is the power of Fused. But now we have here AI Builder, and this is what I want to show you. What we've done is we've taken these UDFs collections that we have here, which is just a set of all these different UDFs, and we've given them to an LLM. I'm going to ask it, what can you do for me? And so what we're doing here is that in this case, Claude, the LLM that we're using, is able to talk to all these different UDFs, figure out exactly what they do, how to call them, what parameters they take, what data they return, and based on my query is able to decide which one to call and how. And I can do a whole bunch of things. So you can see here it's just listing basically all the different things that it can do for me. So I can say, I want to go for a nice walk outside in Vancouver next week. What's the best day to do that? If I ask it to help me code, it will probably just do that. But here it's able to figure out exactly which one it needs to call. In this case, it's the Vancouver GFS forecast. And it's able to tell me, hey, the best day is probably Thursday because of all the weather here. And I'm like, okay, great. I'd like to go in a big park for my walk. Where should I go? And so again, Claude here is just taking all of these things and trying to figure out which of these UDFs is the one that is the closest to this specific query. What parameters does it take? In this case, it's probably going to be latitude, longitude, so it has to figure out what it needs. And here it says Stanley Park. That's the largest park. That's probably where you should go. I'm going to say, okay, but I want to call a friend while I'm on my walk. Is there good data coverage in the park? So in this case, I'm asking it a follow-up question. And again, it has to figure out which UDF it needs to call. We have one that takes a latitude, longitude, and returns the internet speed in that specific location. This is something that we've done prior to it. We've ingested a bunch of data and we've made it easily accessible in a UDF. There's no API to be able to necessarily access that data, so we created a UDF to be able to do this. And then I can finally ask, is it safe to walk around in that part of the city? I don't know anything about Canada and want to know if it's been safe in the last few years. And so here it's going to go ask another UDF. We've ingested some data from the open data registry from Vancouver, and we'll see what it does. So we've gotten all of this data, and it comes back with quite a lot of information, basically. It's able to do, this is going and fetching CSV datasets, reading them, creating a pandas data frame, and putting it out again. All of this is a UDF that I've written before. And then I can say, could you show me that trend in a graph? I'd like to look at it for myself. And what we're doing here is that not only can we retrieve data, but we can also create new things. We can have, again, any Python function. So I can call one of these UDFs and say, don't just get the data, but make a chart for it as well, and then host that and return it to me as a URL. And I can have all this hosted data that's created dynamically. This is created on the fly from the data that I told it to query. So This is what we're really excited about. You can take any Python code, do whatever you want, host it, create a collection, and just in a matter of seconds are able to create an AI agent. Actually, we did some pretty fun stuff where we've plugged it into just basically like returning HTML and hosting it and creating just a fun little website to announce this Fused AI builder. We're super excited about this. It's still early in development, but if you're excited, you want to play around with it, put your name in the comments and we'll share it to a bunch of people. We're really looking forward to having some feedback.